Hi guys, welcome, and if you're new here, my name is Elaine, and on my channel I like to talk about bags from mid-range to vintage luxury. And today I'll be talking about the Jacquemus small Turismo bag. I got this one off of Essence and it was on sale. So originally I think it was around, I want to say about $1,000. I got it for $559, which I thought was a great chance to try it out. I did have to pay tariffs. I bought this in a pair of shoes. I want to say it came out to like maybe $700, and then I had to pay about $90 in tariffs. So yeah, it was quite a bit, but overall still a fairly good deal for the bag. So this is the small Turismo from the La Croisière line. But as you can see, the sides have these pull tabs. That's kind of, I feel like, characteristic of the Turismo line. So I've seen a lot of these in the bigger sizes where people can put it over their shoulder. It's sort of like a dupe for the Rome Margot. But this one is the smallest, I think the smallest size, and does come with a crossbody strap, which I have in here, right? And then it clips onto the sides, right where the double loops are. So the leather is grained calfskin, and it smells good. It smells very much like leather, as it should. It's actually a really nice texture. Of course, not as nice as like pebbled leather from the Row, but I would say better than Polen and Sangmont. It's quite a big grain. It does kind of remind me of Clemence from Hermes. Inside is a twill lining, and there is a flat pocket on one side. Bottom does not have any feet, and the size is 6.5 inches by 10 inches by 4.25. So it's a pretty good size. I can definitely fit my wrist through. I could kind of crook up the arm. Not really. It's pretty small for that. So I guess it's really just a top handle to carry in your hand or using the crossbody strap. The thing is, I do like this bag and I was 100% intending to keep it, but this annoys me no end and I can't deal with it. So the opening on this is weird. It has, do you see these two leather sort of, I don't know, what do you call them? They're not flaps, but just, they protrude, right? They're these little, I don't know, folds basically, and then the zipper's inside. So when you open it up, the opening is actually very narrow, and then you just open it up like this. I mean, yes, you can grab it this way, but basically this part here is sewn down. It's just, it won't open. And so really your capacity for this bag is maybe up to here. It's not like a regular bowling bag where you can fill it up to the top, right? And then so it's capacity up to here, and then when you put your hands in, the zipper acts like little teeth, you know. They kind of snag. Luckily the zipper isn't like super sharp or anything, so it's not like scraping your hand, but it's definitely not a regular type of bowling bag where you can just, you know, open it up all the way. Even though the zipper comes down, just the way the folds are, like it just doesn't open. And so I do have another sort of bowling bag. All right, so this is my Sangmont Mini Your bowling bag, and just a little comparison of the leather. I'll do this side. As you can see, fairly similar, though I would say the grain on the Jacquemus bag is a little bit more pronounced than it is on the Sangmont bag. But when I open the Sangmont bag, see how much it opens, and you know, this is just like a regular bowling bag. I mean, sure, I could still open it like this, but I can open it much wider when I grab that versus this. I think this is about it. I mean, I can't really do that, so it's like this, right? Which is too bad because the leather on this is really nice. I actually like the little knot detail here, and the very subtle but the debossed Jacquemus logo. I also appreciate that there's rolled handles, so that makes it pretty easy to carry. It's not that heavy, it's pretty lightweight. I would say the songwant bag is a little bit lighter. For some reason the base on here is pretty thick, so, and the leather itself I think is possibly thicker and a little more heavy duty. But yeah, I really wanted to like this bag. We can see what fits. And if you're still here, I hope you've been liking my content so far. If you do, please consider a like or subscribe. It really helps support the channel. Thank you. Okay. So the current bag that I'm using is my Hermes Petite Arsan in Togo leather. So if you want to do a comparison between Togo and the Jacquemus leather, I mean, Togo already is supposed to be a little bit more of a finer grain. So I did bring out my Clemence Picotin in the coloring tube, so you can do a little comparison of the leather as well. I would say the leather on this is pretty comparable to Clemence. Yeah, it is a really nice grain to it. And then I also do have my Micino Paris. Actually, I would say this is probably the most similar. So this is the Micino Paris, their version of Clemence from the tannery Remy Carriot, which is a French tannery. I'm not sure where, it doesn't say where the Jacquemus leather is from, but it is made in Italy. Yeah, the leather smell on this is actually really nice. So I think quality-wise, construction, it is really good. Leather's really good. I do remember Tanner Leatherstein did a dissection of a Jacquemus bag. I think it was like the Bambino or something, and it was very plasticky. He really said it felt cheap, it looked cheap, and he didn't recommend it, especially for the price point. I mean, I wouldn't pay $1,000 for this, but I think 500 something is actually a really good deal. But man, I don't know, this part here really annoys me. Anyways, let's just go see what fits. Okay, so we'll just do the essentials: sunglasses, lip balm, mom pouch, wallet, sunscreen, and hand sanitizer. So even though it's a bowling bag and you think it would fit more, it actually is at capacity now. And then if I were to try to fit a water bottle, I don't think, yeah, so a water bottle will not fit on top of all that, which when compared to my songwant bag, they look about the same size, but the capacity is not the same. So I'll just put everything in here for now and I'll show you. Oh, and see, now I'm trying to get my wallet out and it's stuck on the two folds right now. So it's really finicky. Right. Yeah. So for the songwant, everything's in there now, and then I can still fit a water bottle on top. Well, I usually fit it on the bottom, but I'm pretty sure I can fit it on top. All right, and there you go. So they look the same, but they definitely cannot fit the same, which is unfortunate, really, because the leather on this is beautiful. All right, so I'm just gonna weigh it real quick. All right, so it weighs 1 pound, 2 ounces, which is not bad. So all things considered, I unfortunately will be returning this to Essence along with the shoes. The shoes didn't fit. It has to go back to Canada. We'll see if I get refunded on the tariffs or not. I'm not sure about that, but at least I'm happy to have tried this Jacquemus bag. I do think even their new Valerie bags and this whole line of the Turismo bags, I think they are better in quality than what came before. Honestly, I feel like this thing here was a good idea in terms of design. Like, oh, this is a cool way. It's going to be different from other bowling bags. But in practicality, it does not work. It prevents the bag from really being a useful bag. $1,000 for this is a little crazy. I would not spend that much for this bag. This is a case of design ruining function, in my opinion. Anyways, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.